Hi, Karen with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I have a scrapbook layout for Kitaholic Kits, and this is with the December 2022 kit. And how much fun is this kit this month? We have lots to choose from, multiple collections, which I absolutely love when we get to have the opportunity to play with different collections that just suit perfectly together. And this month we have quite a little bit of Pink Fresh Studio, and I know I'm not really big on the gender whole thing, boy girl layouts, but it is quite neutral in a lot of the pattern papers that we have today. But also there are some gorgeous soft blues, some gorgeous greens, and a little bit of the darker blue as well. So it's just an absolutely lovely collection that you can use for either girls or boys or whatever on your layouts as well. So today I am focusing on the boys in the family for my photo, and I'm also heading for a bit of a simple layout for this one today. I'm not sure about you, but I am super busy at the moment leading up to the festive season. I decorate my house completely from one end to the other. I have lots of work on and lots of commitments, so my scrap desk is feeling a little bit neglected, but I still get an opportunity here to give a little bit of a punch to the layout, but I am making one that is super quick and super simple, and I really love how this one turned out. So I am using one of a stencil that came in one of our previous mixed media kits here, and I am using from my stash just some distress oxides with my blending tool and just going through that stencil, just giving it a nice little rub around. I'm aiming for my layers to be on that right hand side and a little bit on the left to sort of give a little bit of direction to the layout. And I also felt that it just needed a little bit more in terms of that colour on the background. The pattern paper that I chose today was one of the Pink Fresh Studio pattern papers, and it's I find it quite a neutral. It is a light sort of blue-grey with some grid lines on it. It's sort of like almost like ledger paper, and I felt that it just needed a little bit more of that shadowing there. So I did add a little bit of a black through the blending tool as well. And I super love those banner pieces that came with the Vicky Bouton ephemera pack. They're so much fun. And I thought that that was a great way to sort of bring the layers across the page. And I put a couple of layers of just some torn pattern paper as well under the photo. And one of the ephemera pieces, it's a tag piece, and I love that saying there, 1, 2, 3, go. This photo is of the nephews and Jacob just as we were getting ready to go camping for Easter, so I thought that was a perfect title for the page as well. And I'm heading for just a little bit of a cluster up on that top left-hand side to sort of finish off and balance out the page. And I'm just having a little bit of a play here. I want to make sure I incorporate some circles and also some straight lines as well. Oh, I should also mention with the pattern paper that backs the photos, I have just torn that and distressed the edges so they sort of stand off the page as well. And it's round about this time I felt that it still needed just a little bit more layer pieces to that page because I did put that mixed media. I sort of spread that out quite vertically across that page, and it was feeling a little bit out there, stuck out there on its own. So I grabbed some of the frame pieces that are from Pink Fresh as well and just cut those up, and they are perfect little layering pieces there. And one of them also has time for fun, and I thought that was perfect on the bottom component of that layout. And then I'm just sticking across one of the tags which I've just cut out, and it says it's the weekend baby. And pretty much this is where my layout lands. But what I wanted to do was again add a little bit more texture. I really felt that I didn't have too many more stickers or anything else to put along the photo because it was going to overtake things. And what I needed to do was extend out some of the stenciling as well, because I am using quite a bit of a big tag on that top left-hand side where it says good vibes only. And I'm using that circle piece as well with yes and a little tag. And I've cut out the word awesome from one of the tags as well. I think that was a larger tag than that, but I just wanted the word awesome. And when I mentioned before I wanted a little bit more texture on the page, I thought the way to create that and make it a little bit more, I guess, a bit grungy, and I love making a bit of a grunge, messy look on my pages. I'm just adding in some thread underneath both the layers, so the layer at the top and the complete layer at the bottom, and I really love how that turned out. It really just gives that added extra texture, and it's actually been a while since I used some thread on my page, so that was a little bit of fun as well. So that's just in my stash. Now I should mention that I did pop up some of these pieces on some cardboard, particularly the tags on the top left hand side excuse me, and some of the pattern paper as well on the right hand side. To finish off, I added in some splatters with using some black gesso, and I also did put some white splatters across the page as well with my Dina Wakley ink spray as well in white. And there are some close-ups, and this is the finished layout, and I really love how this one turned out. Super simple, super quick. It took about 25 minutes for this one to actually be completed. So I'm hoping I've given you a little bit of inspiration for your first layout of the month this month. And I, as always, will leave in the description box below all the details of where you can get the kits. And I want to thank you again so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.